Hi, this is Majinoni, and I wanted to try something a little bit different today. We're going to do Majinoni's angry comic book reviews. So there might be some language, there might be some words that are used mostly to illustrate my point, and, I might exaggerate just a little bit to prove my point, but I just want you to understand, if you make it through this whole thing, what I am saying I really do believe to its core. Okay? So let's take a look at what we got today. Deadpool Killustrated. Red Lanterns number 18. Teen Titans number 18. Young Avengers number 3. And Uncanny X-Force number 3. Okay, let's start off with Deadpool Killustrated. Alright, look. I know everybody loves Deadpool, and everybody loves Deadpool as a funny character who kills everything. But let me just tell you this. Why are we still buying this nonsense? It's the same jokes over and over and over again. How many times do you need to see the exact same joke? We've seen it with Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe, and now we're seeing it with Deadpool traveling through the classics. This should have only been a one-issue miniseries special one-shot 50-page spectacular. But no, they are milking it to its core by putting out multiple issues. Let me illustrate to you the point about this joke, because I don't think you understand this, about this repeating joke. Why the chicken crossed the road? Well, it did it to get to the other side, right? So let me ask you again, why did the chicken cross the road? Okay, no, it's not different. It's to get to the other side. Okay, now again, why did the chicken cross the road? No, I'm sorry, I didn't fool you. It's to get to the other side. This is the same thing. Deadpool goes to Jungle Book, kills everybody. Deadpool goes to Finding Nemo, Little Mermaid, kills him. Same thing over and over and over again. There's no point to this other than you just watching Deadpool kill people. Look, if you want to see random destruction and death, why don't you just go on Netflix and watch a random horror movie? It's over an hour and a half, and it's got more blood and guts, and maybe you might see some boobies or something like that. I don't understand the appeal to this book, because it's the same joke over and over and over again. I don't know why people are buying this. I am, for one, and this is the last issue because it's the same story. I spend my hard-earned money on a regular Deadpool storyline. And it's entertaining, it's funny, and yeah, it's similar jokes. But this is the same freaking... It's copy and paste with a different book. Oh, okay, Majinoni, you're wrong because it's a little bit different. Okay, you're right. It's a little bit different because he's got the Frankenstein monster following him around now, who, guess what, kills everything. Oh, and maybe there are some people chasing after him because they know what he's doing is wrong. But you know what? That takes up a page. Why don't we see more of that interaction between the two groups instead of Deadpool killing the same people over and over again? It's basically, let's try to milk it for as many issues as we possibly can to go through as many classics that nobody really cares about. I mean, if anything, I guess you could say, hey, this was great. He's killing Disney. Okay, now let's talk about Rage of the Red Lanterns here. I am going to beat this with the Deadpool cover. That's how much I want to rage about this book. Atrocious. Do you know why he's like that? He's raging because this is a crap book. We've gone through how many wars? We've gone through the Yellow Wars. We've gone through, Blackest Night. We've had our, the Violets. We've had the Orange. We've had the Red. We've had all this stuff. So Jeff Johns, he can't think of anything else. He's like, my God, we don't have a summer blockbuster. What am I going to do? Oh, let's make him colorless. Look how clever I am. He has no color because he's the first Lantern. And all you freaking Green Lantern fanboy wannabes, bow down to Jeff Johns. You all pray to the altar of the colorless Lantern because you think that this is a spectacular story. It's not a spectacular story. What this is just a major event that's after a major event with nothing, no substance, no nothing. It's a similar type nonsense that we get every single time that we don't need. In fact, the only thing this does is it helps fill the pockets of DC and Jeff Johns and everybody else and who gets commission off of this stuff. Because why? They make you buy every single Lantern book just to get the whole story. Why should we have to buy every single Lantern book? What happens if you don't like Red? And now you have to buy it because you're going to miss out on, what, Chapter 8. Why is there so many chapters on this Wrath of the Colorless Lantern? If this Lantern is so powerful and he's so evil, kill everybody. Let's just end it all. Kill every single Green Lantern and then move on. Let's move on to something new, something fresh, instead of, oh, well, guess what? You know, Hal, he's old, and we killed him once before and pissed everybody off because we wanted to do something new and different, and nobody liked it. And so, you know, we made Kyle, and Kyle doesn't really work anymore, and we have all these other Green Lanterns from Earth, so let's make another Green Lantern, and this guy's cool and fresh because he's got a gun, and people like that because he's like the Punisher. And then we'll make it controversial. We'll make him a Middle Easterner, and to show that, you know, they're not all bad people, they're good people, even though he's a car thief and a criminal. Oh my God, are you kidding me? This is just complete and utter nonsense. I don't know why we're supporting this title. This is complete and utter crap. Oh, you want to know what this book's about? It's about, oh, this is Atrocious's origin that maybe didn't happen, but the Colorless Lantern maybe made him think that it did happen, and he rages, and now he's making everybody go after Atrocious. That's what it is in a nutshell. I mean, yeah, you can argue the point of the art was good, the story was, oh, it was thought-provoking and moving, but let's be honest with you. Did this change your life? No. The only thing this is it made you not buy a Starbucks. Teen Titans Requiem. Let me tell you something about this book. This whole death of Damian nonsense. That death of Damian derailed the story. Because why? Look at this. Dick Grayson, not Dick, sorry, this is how jacked up this is making me feel. You have Tim Drake. He is possessed by some evil creature, and he's sleeping with every single female member of the Teen Titans. I'm personally waiting for him to have sex with Superboy. I don't know why that's happened. He probably had sex with Kid Flash. It just happened so fast we couldn't see it in the panels. But let's get back to this here. You have Tim Drake. He's possessed. Damian dies, and what happens? Oh, he's got a soul, and he's happy. He's sad that Damian died, and he goes to the Batcave, and he's hugging this ghost of Damian that doesn't get there, and Jarvis is like going, Tim, are you okay? Because you're just hugging the air. Okay, now I guess you can maybe say that this is the possessed demon creature, person, mutant, whatever, that's possessing Tim, making him hug the air. But all I know is if I was Jarvis and I saw Tim in the middle of the Batcave on my knees, that's a problem right there. Now, the other thing here is, let's look at this. These pages are extra. This is something that could have fluffed the story here, that would have flushed things out a little bit more, but it's not, because we had to have 4 pages of this death nonsense that wasn't even necessary. But they did it because Grant Morrison said, well, Damian shouldn't have been alive for as long as he did, and I want Batman to be a loner and, you know, be angry and violent, and you can't do that with Damian. And so he killed him. But anyways, let's get back. Oh, I'm sorry. We have another useless page. I didn't notice that. So anyways, let's go back to this here. Again, you have this. Teen Titans is supposed to be a team book, but it's not a team. These people have their own secrets, their own agendas. I mean, Tim Drake isn't even telling anybody who he really is. And he sends the team on this quest to save this innocent girl who doesn't exist, and he has him go up against the Suicide Squad, which in theory should have mopped up the floor with these bunch of wannabes, superheroes. But they couldn't do it. And then Tim Drake's, his whole purpose is to make some secret deal with Amanda Walker. Personally, if I was one of these heroes and everything is built on secrecy and not, you know, and lies, the minute Tim Drake did that to me, I would have bailed on that team. I don't know why everybody else hasn't bailed yet, because Tim Drake is not a true leader. And I understand he's possessed, but I don't know, is he possessed? Is he possessed during this moment in time, or is he just possessed when he wants to have sex with all the females? I don't know. The cover makes me believe that he's just evil. And the thing I don't think you guys understand is this. The Teen Titans used to be a powerhouse book. This Teen Titans used to outsell the X-Men, and this book can't even outsell Archie. That's how pathetic this team is. DC should be treating the Teen Titans as a top tier book. Maybe not as much attention as the Justice League, but the thing is, you have to understand this. This is your future. These are the characters who will eventually replace the true, the Pantheon. Well, I guess we don't have to worry about that because we'll be 102, and Superman will still be in his, late 20s if they retcon it again. I don't understand why DC continually treats the Teen Titans as a low-tier book that has no value. When you treat this book that has no value, that's how we're going to look at it as. It's a book that's a waste of our time, it's a waste of killing trees, and I don't understand why I'm still buying this book. Now, on the other hand, you look at the Young Avengers. Marvel has this new team of superheroes. Now, granted, I understand that they've been around because they had the Young Avengers before, and some of these characters have also made other appearances like Marvel, but they're looking at the new Young Avengers as something fresh. They don't give us the same type of regurgitated stuff that we see here. Granted, you have Loki, and then people are going, well, I don't know if I should trust Loki. But that's cool because Loki's up to no good to begin with, and he's a kid, he's mischievous, and is he good, is he evil? When is he going to turn evil? Tim Drake, we don't know. He's supposed to be good, but yet he's having sex with everybody. And, the thing is now, while the Young Avengers are not considered a top-tier title, you have Gillian on it, and Gillian, for the most part, does write well. I think he does get a little sidetracked here and there, and he doesn't do a good job, but they at least gave this book some, talent, and they're giving it a little love, and then they're doing it a fresh approach. It's not, where do we see 6 different superhero teams piling in here battling the Young Avengers? No. We're slowly introducing the characters for new readers. We're showing everybody how things work in this universe, that things are a little off, and they're slowly working their way through it. That's how you tell a story, not this other nonsense where everything is secret. I'm not going to tell you anything, and because I'm evil, or maybe I'm not evil, and I just want to have sex with all the women, so all of you guys will eventually be replaced. I mean, this is just ridiculous. How DC treats any book that is not Batman. You would think because it has Tim Drake in it that book would, maybe get some attention from the hierarchy, but it's not. I'm surprised it's still going. That's how pathetic I think that book is. Now, let's look at Uncanny X-Force. Uncanny X-Force was an amazing work of art. It was something that you looked at and you just you worshipped. You wished that every comic book could hold something similar to that. The art was, maybe people didn't always agree with the art style, but it was different. It had a unique look. It had a unique feel. Remender did a fantastic job with the storyline. While some of the stories went up and down, you can see he had an overall vision, and the vision was glorious. And you look at this Uncanny X-Force, and it's what did they do? They just basically said, well, we need to use some characters. Psylocke, she's kind of lost, but we need her because she's a hot ninja girl. And we got, Puck, he hasn't been used in a while. We need to use him. And this is a great opportunity to bring back Bishop, but we'll make him like a vampire Bishop or something like that who's twistedly evil. And there's no resemblance of what he used to be like in the past. And we need something else. Spiral. Spiral sounds cool because she's got multiple arms and swords, and she goes well with Psylocke, and we'll throw them together and shake the bucket and throw it out. And this looks just like every other Marvel comic. But let me explain to you something that is very critical here. Bendis is controlling the X-Men, and the Avengers are also in the hands of very capable writers like, Remender and Hickman and all these other people. And here's the problem that we have right now. This doesn't hold a candle to any other of those X titles. This is probably one of the worst X-Men titles I have seen. I have tried this book, and while I thought there were some interesting elements that they were working towards, by the time I got to issue 3, I realized that I'm completely wasting my time. This book really has no redeeming value. I don't care that there's Spiral. I don't care that there's Phantom X, and there's the male female versions and how there's the evil one that's floating around. I don't and they even retcon Psylocke's origin. It looks like I just don't understand why they. I guess you can say I do not understand the thought process as to how you can take a book that was so good and reduce it to something that's mediocre at best. If anything, this might be a step above the Teen Titans, but it's not much above the Teen Titans. It's just, I guess you can say, if you set the bar low, X-Force and Teen Titans is right up your alley. If you're looking for boobs and Storm with the Mohawk, alright, this might be up your alley. If you're a Bishop fan also, you're probably going to be pissed because this isn't the Bishop that you know and love. This is some angry guy who is just being called Bishop and has a physical resemblance to the character. And I guess you can say I'm really, really disappointed in this book. It's a disaster. It's a mess. I can't understand why they went to this level. Now, I'll give you the code for this book. I don't know why you're going to want to read it, but I'll give it to you anyways. And oh, by the way, they're still dealing with the girl with the drugs, and then Bishop is still taking the girl, and then there's the Spiral finally gets her. And do you really need anyone to know more than that? No. Because that's basically what's going on in this book. Now, while I'm on the subject of some stuff, I know what's going to happen, and I'm going to bring this up again later. But I have a feeling once we get to the next phase of Superior Spider-Man, Slott already said that people are going to rage. And I really do think people are going to rage like you wouldn't believe. Because I have a strange feeling we are not going to get Peter Parker the way we know and love Peter to be. And I think people are going to freak the flip out. And I don't blame them. I won't blame them one bit. While we're on the subject, I think Justice League Dark this whole storyline has been an utter disappointment, and they really do need to fix that, because if they're gonna make this into a movie, I wouldn't go see it. I'll be honest with you, I'm not gonna happen. Aquaman, it's enjoyable, but I think it's losing a lot of momentum. I'm getting tired of seeing. Basically, they're making the Atlanteans mutants. Is kind of that stigma, and don't get me wrong, I don't care about why people hate the Atlanteans. I understand the Atlanteans declared war, they flooded the coastline and cities got destroyed, but look, the thing is, let's look at it realistically here. Every city that got flooded is back to normal again, like nothing happened. So let's just stop this nonsense about people hating the Atlanteans, and why don't the Atlanteans just grow some nuts and start kicking some butt, and then taking care of business. And I think once we get that, then we're going to be getting back to an Aquaman that I think is going to be a lot more enjoyable. Because right now, I'm looking at an Aquaman that's a lot neutered compared to when he went up to the Justice League and said, I will be the leader, and the giant shark came out of the water and ate that spaceship. That's what I want. Okay, now, very briefly with the Legend of Luthor Strode. Okay, let's put it this way. Let's be honest with you here. This is Fist of the North Star done American style, and while I do enjoy it, while I do think it's violent, I think I'm enjoying it for all the wrong reasons. And I really do think that it should have just been the single series, and that should have ended it. But I'll be honest with you, I'm probably still going to buy it because it's, mindless, senseless violence and gore and, blood everywhere. And, let's look, if we're reading this, that's why we're reading it, Also, while I'm on, let's talk about very briefly, there's going to be, in an upcoming Wolverine and the X-Men, how there's going to be the Mystique Saber, Mystique version of the school. Well, Wolverine's brother is going to be in it, and I'm like, why can't just stop with the stuff? I mean, I'm going to be stupid, and I'm going to buy it, and then you're probably going to see me sit at my desk, and I'm going to rage unbelievably because I don't know why I bought it. And it's going to drive me literally insane. And I don't know. I guess one last book, BPRD Vampire. I liked it. I really did. I'm looking forward to issue 2. What can I say? It was enjoyable. It's vampires. It's a guy from the BPRD who's a little, like, he doesn't know what he wants to do anymore. He's being plagued by nightmares, but he doesn't think that they're nightmares. He thinks they're memories, and he just wants to kill vampires. And, what's a win for me is these vampires don't sparkle. They leave a trail of blood, and it's going to be violent. That's a win. That's a very win. If anything, do you know what I'd like to see? I would like to see a BPRD crossover with the Teen Titans, where BPRD looks at the Teen Titans as demonic and kills them all. If that happened, you would see I would be the happiest person in human history. You would see me on camera do the happy Teen Titans got slaughtered by Vampire Slayer dance. And let me tell you, that is a sight to see. Anyways, comments or questions, let me know. Rate the video up or down, let me know what you think. Like the Facebook link. If you want to see more rage, I'll probably give you more rage at some point in time. Until next time.